Good morning, Capricorn. This is Melissa Joy bringing you a quick read. Now, I did have to go ahead and shuffle them because I do not have a stand yet, and I'm out here in some gorgeous nature, all right? So don't judge. Anyways, the death card was creeping out before I even began to shuffle. It was making its way, and it's a bit of this, and it's like trying to creep on out. It's saying, hey, take a closer look. And it's saying, those old ways are dead and gone. The ways that you brought in, the ways that you were successful, victorious, the way that you would harvest, provide for yourself, even some ways of thinking, some old conditioning. The beauty of it is we've been talking for a while at the channel about Capricorn being able to step into their liberation, their pleasure, because Capricorn often, it's considered the oldest sign, like the old souls come on through that because they're doing the work. It's almost like the parent of the zodiac. Now, mind you, we are the whole zodiac, okay? So you could be listening to this for any reason. We're all Capricorn. But our goal is to liberate from those signs and those symptoms so that we can get into the fullness of who we are. But it's talking about, it's taking a special environment for who you are to come through. And it's about applying your hands to yourself. It's so there's a bit of sitting involved. Okay, Capricorn. The coming and going, the running, the errands, the da-da-da-da. It's saying sit with yourself for a minute and begin to take in the luxury of your environment. This is exotic. It takes a special location in which for these to grow, okay? So it might even be a special ritual or routine. Maybe for some of you it's bath time and you're like, well, I always take a bath. Well, maybe you do something different with the bath time. Maybe you go into bubbles. Maybe you take a book in. Maybe you put meditation music on. Maybe you light a candle. Something else to just change the environment, change the experience a little bit. And it does have to do with a bit of fragrance coming on in, using the somatic system, the breathing in through your nose. And maybe some sighing out through your mouth, some releasing the old. But what's wild is our oracle cards that came out as the support for all of this that's coming in. Excuse me, y'all, the ants at this beach. Is talking about appreciation and victory, and going at it too swiftly, too quickly, trying to just pit-pat, get it done. It inverts your victory. And it makes that energy work against you, and it can make the investments just seem to keep falling through. Because how can you hold water in your cup, that satisfaction, that personal fulfillment, when here's your cup? It's like what made you unique is the narwhal is also what can put you out, right? So take time to just do those simple acts of love for yourself, like savoring your coffee or your tea in the morning, or sitting there and chewing your food and tasting it. Those begin, look at her face, okay, friend? It's wild because what it's doing is, this is the victory, the laurel wreath. It's almost opening up a channel and a gateway here beyond the third eye, beyond the crown, and inviting life to come in and commingle with you in that pleasure. And that is your creation spirit. And that's where the appreciation comes in. And they're saying, okay, so Spirit's saying, we want to appreciate you. We want you to feel us pumping and moving through you, to restore you from all the hard work that you've done. Don't judge, friends, okay? It's that because there's been so much outward focus and focus on the team, focus on the family, focus on the others, other people's dreams, desires, or whatever else, that if all they did was complain or cry, you're like, okay, fine, I'll go do it. And then you swept yourself aside. So maybe at home you're used to continuing to put work. Like sometimes I could make my tea and it'll grow cold. And I'm talking like, y'all, in a hot thermal and it'll grow cold before I fully enjoy it, because I'm like, oh, let me empty the dishwasher while I'm still standing here waiting on it to steep and brew. And then I get distracted like another squirrel, and I'm like, right? It's destroying these opportunities for these sensory pleasures that we have here. And then I'm like, oh, well, while I'm at it, the laundry machine's right there. So let me just go ahead and pop in my sheets so I'll be able to put them on later tonight, because I wouldn't want to get to bedtime and not have sheets on there. And then you just keep going and going and going. Now, if you're someone who has kids, maybe you've read the book to them about if you give a mouse a cookie, and he just keeps going on this trail, and it's a rabbit trail that really ends in misery. You get to the end of the day but all this unctuous yumminess that is here for you to enjoy, for you to explore, to come in through your body and not just be put out for others, to be put in for you to, in those personal moments, makes you sensational. And then you go out into the world and it's like, oh, bling, bling, bring it on. And lovers, y'all, is just that thing. So I've got a hair just tickling me like crazy. Hang on, y'all. Hang on. Okay. It's that thing that makes you feel like you have camaraderie. It's that grounding effect, that earthing effect, that heartfelt connection. And it's the 4D. It's where your mind and your heart unite and come together, where it gets the traction, the rubber hits the road. And, you know, some of the conditioning of this world we grew up in is to have all these outward, external check marks and accomplishments and things. And then you go home and that makes you satisfied. And you go look like this. No, you're not. They said start with you first. Start with you first. Crank it up. Crank your engine. Who's in this picture but you? You doing your happy dance. You like, I ain't no trash panda. I know who I am. I value myself. I don't give myself crumbs and put myself last and leave myself lost. You're like, no, I am on this new journey, this new beginning. See, it's another, y'all, my hair is just dangling all over me. This exotic experience, this personal experience of being who you are, because Capricorn is the seagull, is the full expanse, the fullness of the 4D, the highest of the heights and the deepest of the depths. And you don't have to just keep going and exploring that, because I guarantee you, if you look like this, you already been doing it plenty. They're saying get in that middle ground, and that doesn't mean compromise or sacrifice or whatever else. It means get in the center of your pleasure. And what cooking? The wheel is going to turn. This is being at the helm of your ship, captain of your ship. That's like being able to be out on water and be in dry land. Not always sink or swim, right? Not having to go down and go up. Letting the vessel of who you are carry you across to, you're talking about safer, still waters. And they don't mean just still quiet. It's a bit like this, right? They're talking continuing to be safe. Continuing to have your ruby, which is base root chakra and actually deeper. It's our roots into the earth. Being massaged by Michael. You could go back to the old vault when we did massaging the ruby here at the channel when I still had red hair before Cancer. But I'm telling you, you can come on out in a new way. Remember the Fool? Step on in. That is the 0 point. This is the clear judgment they're talking about this week. Clear it. Get it clear. Let your lens be clear and enjoy this moment. Enjoy this day. Get into the ums, the ahs, the oohs, the ohs, the wows. All right, friend? Just like you. Hey, and know I always love you. Bye.